Everyone is a geek about something. Doesn't matter what. It could be about comic books. It could be about a sports team. It could be about anything. Everyone is a geek about something. Everybody has something that they think is so awesome, they will immediately lose the plot and just start geeking out. This is the reason that I never goof on the comic book NFL Super Pro. For those who never heard of it, NFL Super Pro was about an ex-football player who found a super suit of football player armor, then gave him extra powers. It was basically Iron Man for jocks. Fabian Nicieza, the writer, has said that the reason he did the comic in the first place was to get NFL tickets. I completely understand this. If Marvel had come up to me and said, create and write this sports-themed superhero and we'll get you courtside seats to see the Jordan Bulls, my only question would have been, when's my first deadline? I have been a geek about many things in my time. In fact, if you look back over my comic book collection, my original sketches, my DVD, my VHS collections, my CD collections, my audio tape collections, you can see that there are quite a few things that I enjoyed at the time, but I simply moved on from or lost interest in. In fact, this is the primary reason I'm so hesitant to participate in fandoms and buy merchandise now, because I'm aware of how transitory these things can be. However, there are some things that do withstand the test of time, and they are always with me, even if sometimes they just go dormant until something comes along to revive them. And one such thing is Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon is about a Japanese girl with blonde hair and blue eyes. Yeah, I've heard the rationalizations and explanations. It doesn't make it any less true. Who with her friends uses magic to save the universe. The series has survived over 20 years due to a very dedicated fan base, an unbelievable amount of merchandise, and a mind-boggling amount of porn. I missed out on the show during its syndicated run when DIC was first handling it in the US, but I started catching it on Toonami on Cartoon Network after that, and I very much enjoyed the series. Admittedly, my slavish devotion is not like that of some other fans, but I do enjoy the series. I have the DVDs, I have video games, and I may or may not have featured two of the characters in the first animation that I did. Hell yes, I'm being dodgy. If you knew what bastards Toei could be, you would be dodgy too. You have to love a production company that will have video reviews taken down off YouTube on copyright violation grounds, but they will turn a blind eye to hentai doujinshi because that's considered free advertising. On February 12, 2016, I was getting ready to go out to see the premiere of the Deadpool movie, and before I left the house I checked my email and I saw an announcement from C2E2, the comic book and pop culture convention put on by Reed in Chicago, and it mentioned that they were going to have Stephanie Sheh and Michelle Ruff, two of the voice actresses from the Viz dub of Sailor Moon, there to sign autographs. This was relevant to my interests. Once out of the movie, I headed for the Vault of Pimps so I could look over all my Sailor Moon stuff and figure out what I was going to get signed. I have all the DVDs of the DIC dub, I have the Cloverway DVDs. I have the original uncensored releases of Sailor Moon and Sailor Moon R from Pioneer. I was getting the Viz redubs. I had video games, comic books, both the pocket manga and the full-size books that Viz put out several years ago. What was I going to get signed? I ultimately decided none of them. What I decided that I would do was I was going to go and I was going to create a Sailor Moon game for the Atari 2600. I would then take this, get it put on a cart, and attempt to get this signed by the voice actresses. This would not be the first time I tried something like this. For example, I have a hard copy of one of my Doctor Who's fan comics that ran on Bleeding Cool that's signed by Tara Strong, the voice actress of Twilight Sparkle. Still, we're talking creating a video game, getting it put on a cartridge, and getting it ready to sign in just 5 weeks. And that assumes that the voice actresses actually go along with it. Oh well, time to get busy.